Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chris with InsideTheU. I'm here at Atlantic Coast High School in Jacksonville. I wanted to watch Mandarin safety Hylton Drake Stubbs, a Miami commit, one of the top 10 safeties in the country. Really impressive player that I've seen over a couple years now. Mandarin won 47-0, so really no contest in this game. I had a chance to talk with Hylton after the game to get his thoughts on the team and also his thoughts on Miami. So I'm going to get into that a little bit, but just real quick, just a little bit of an injury update. Mandarin had their quarterback, Tramel Jones, at Florida State commit, go down in the first quarter after just two touchdown passes, two big plays. Goes down with it looked like a left ankle injury, was carted off. Didn't put any pressure on it off the field. Hopefully he's okay, because certainly Mandarin's one of these teams that's looking to win a state championship this year. That's their goal. They got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. Really impressive team overall. But going back to Hylton, kind of goes by Drake, his nickname. I enjoyed watching him play and just kind of watching him in pregame warm-ups. When you're watching one player in particular, I really try to get here really early and kind of watch the pregame stuff and kind of watch him go through his routine as soon as he got off the bus. As soon as he got off the bus, the guys are kind of walking onto the field, and he was listening to music, kind of one of these energetic players, just his personality, and he kind of had that throughout the game. And one of the things he talked to me about after the game was that he admits it's difficult because he knows there's a spotlight on him. He knows he's on the scouting report, and he knows teams are not always going to throw at him. He had 6 picks a year ago. He's eyeing big picks again this season. No picks tonight. So they played 2 games, won them both, no picks. But he did have a huge hit on the play, and I thought he did a good job kind of tracking the ball. Looks to be a physical player. Sometimes the safeties, it's very easy for a safety kind of just to sit back and let everyone else in front of you make the plays. But I thought he did a good job tracking the ball, and he did want to make big hits, and he had a big hit in the third quarter. Got actually flagged for a personal foul because of the hit. But it was just definitely a hard hit, and I asked him about it. He said he's just been a guy that can read and react. And speaking of that, he's really excited to play in Miami's defense, and Lance Guidry and everything, and just the fit. He's really impressed with that. I'm going to post the video interview of him afterwards, so definitely stay tuned to the channel. But also for VIP subscribers, I went a little bit more in depth, get his thoughts on a few players on his team, some really impressive younger guys that certainly stood out to me. Cameron Mills was a guy, 2026, and obviously Bryson Wright, a 2028 wide receiver. Miami's offered, a lot of teams have already offered, and he had really positive things to say about him as well. So we got into that. I actually talked to Jaime Ffrench a little bit earlier today. He announced that he's verbally committed to Texas, and there's no doubt about his commitment to Texas. He had a huge chain on that said "Hook 'em." He did have the arm sleeves, the Texas arm sleeves as well. But I asked him about Miami. And anytime a player picks another school, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of Miami and trying to keep it going. I just his thoughts on their recruitment, and get his thoughts there. And he just said, look, they were right behind. He said Miami was a school that was right behind Texas. And he said that certainly one of the things that really stood out to him, he enjoyed his trips down there, but just felt like they had a really good family environment. And I felt like he said positive things about Miami, and he said good things about Drake as well. So he did have positive things to say. So certainly disappointed. Drake said he was disappointed that Jaime picked UT, but it is what it is. So just kind of keep it moving. They've got definitely some good players here. And once again, I will post more on Drake. I'll post highlights of him, again, going through some pregame drills as well as the interview. So definitely stay tuned. And yes, I did ask him about the UM-UF game, so stay tuned to the interview to get what he said about that game. It was definitely good to hear him, what he had to say. So I want to thank everybody. I just want to do a quick report since I was here at the school. Shout out to Atlantic Coast, everybody involved in their athletic department. Definitely good hospitality, a lot of energy on both sides with Mandarin, in their band and the energy they had, and everything that Atlantic Coast was doing for their home environment, packed crowd. So good to see some high school football out here once again. So thanks everybody for watching. I got to get out of here. I feel like I'm like one of the last people still out on the field, but thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll see what happens with the Miami-Florida game. Take care.